Okie dokie, we are back at Seeker Camp after doing those 10 days of training. So let's go see what Ozen wants. Hello.
So
Now, you two are going to head down to the third layer. Don't stay in the deep layers unless you want to kill those who are waiting for you. There's an old saying like that, you see.
what does it mean?
One's sense of time goes mad inside the abyss. It's particularly striking in the depths of the fifth layer. People might intend to stay down there just a few weeks. But when they return to the surface, a few months have passed. Such occurrences are common.
So that rumor is true then?
It's no rumor. I'm flat out telling you. Well, only those with strange tastes, basically just us white whistles, would try living in the deep layers. That old saying I mentioned about how if you stay there a really long time, the people waiting for you probably die? It's an exaggeration based on this, you know.
I get it!
You probably think this doesn't have anything to do with you, since you don't plan on returning. But the point is, we can't even estimate the extent to which this madness manifests in the 6th and 7th layers.
Huh?
You know, Liza might not even have spent as much time down there as everyone thinks. It's been 10 years on the surface, but if we assume that only a few years have passed at the bottom of the Netherworld, don't you get the feeling there's a very good chance she's alive and well?
Ozen! Ow! That flick to the forehead really hurt.
Even so, you should do your best not to stay in the 5th layer for long,
And why is that?
so that you don't bump into any of the other white whistles. The depth's 5th layer, the Sea of Corpses, is as deep as humans can go and return alive. I suppose some of them are there. Those who are down in the abyss right now are. The Sovereign of Guidance, Wakuna the Chosen. The Sovereign of Mystery, Srajo the Mysterious. And the Sovereign of Dawn, Bondrewd the Novel. All 3 of them. Among them, Bondrewd in particular is an out-and-out scoundrel. He's not kind like I am, so you better be careful.
Is that a joke?
Now, what I'm about to tell you must not be shared with anyone else.
With those words, Ozen spoke of the secrets transmitted from the last dives of generations of white whistles, which are passed down via word of mouth by none but themselves. Perhaps those are the very deepest voices of the abyss people are capable of bringing to us. We heard about the cryptic device used to traverse the 5th layer's sea. About how a white whistle's timbre acts as a key to activate a certain class of relics. About the mysterious ring of the 7th layer that only a few white whistles are said to have seen. And about the creatures that live along the path to the bottom of the Netherworld called gatekeepers. They are shrouded in mystery. When Ozen said she hates deceiving children with silly tricks, she was telling the truth. From start to finish, the monster sitting before us held nothing back.
Here.
This is...
Blaze Reap!
That's right. It's a weapon with which Liza the Annihilator spilled much blood. Although it's actually meant to be a tool for cave raiding. You know that cluster of eternal fortunes where I found Liza's white whistle? It was stuck in the ground there like a grave marker.
One of Mother's relics!
The everlasting gunpowder inside it, called peace phobia, works fine. But the outer casing's in bad shape. It can only be used a few more times at best. Well, it's a piece of junk that occasionally misfired, even back then. We're talking about Liza here. so I bet she's already found a new weapon. I'll show you how to use it. It should be able to act as an alternative to that incinerator of yours.
Ozen!
And also, have Maruk show you to the entrance of the third layer.
Yes, thank you so much.
God, she's tall.
Have Maruk show you to the entrance of the...
So are those guys anywhere in here? I feel like I asked that question when I played the PS4 version. I don't know where to be seen. Hello, Maruk.
I've been told by Master to guide you two to the entrance of the depth's third layer. But you really are going to go now. Do you have anything that you regret?
I have plenty.
I do have something I regret. I wanted to talk with you more, Maruk.
Me too, Riko.
So, let's depart a little later.
And I can't go out, so I'm stuck in here then. Really? Alright.
I've been told by Master to guide you two to the entrance of the depths.
No, everything is okay.
Well then, please follow me.
Thank you, Maruk.
Heading out already, huh? It'll feel lonely around here.
Okay, I think it's just cutscenes from now on, so I'm gonna mute. Unread message. Oh, I have messages. Oh, hang on. Yeah, that's not gonna show on OBS. How do I check messages on this thing? Unless... No. Yes. No. Yes. Yeah, friend and chat. Not group chat. To unread messages. How do I see these messages? Ah, there we go. From this night onward, the Belmont clan will hunt the night. Alright. I need to ask him about that message. No. Wait, am I going to skip a cutscene if I do this? Might be on the safe side and just not mute. Yeah, I should be fine. Alright.
It sure will.
Still, she didn't even come to see you off. Don't you think that's cold of Ozen?
No, it's alright. She's already given us so much after all.
Yeah, she took so much care of us.
She's taught us many things. It wouldn't be right to ask any more of her.
What's this? Despite all appearances, you're quite humble.
Bye, Maruk. Take care.
I find it hard to say this, but if you came back and said it's impossible after all, it would be oh so nice.
Maruk.
I've seen off all kinds of people setting out on journeys they won't ever return from. But today is the saddest I've ever felt.
Reg, and the child. As expected, they were quick to pick up on cave raiding techniques. Although, I didn't want to let them go until more memories came back. Well, nothing I can do about it. Right, Liza? Good grief. How irredeemable. How very irredeemable.
Reg, are you ready?
Of course. Let's go, Riko.
Okie dokie, there's going to be some post-commentary editing in this section, in the credit section. Mainly because the song that plays during the credit section is the anime opening song. And having that on the video gets my channel a copyright notice, or a copyright note. It's not a strike on the channel, but it's a note I'd rather not have on the channel. I've already been skirting that line with the Disney games I've been playing lately. So yeah, I've took the anime song out, I've put in some Layer 1 music from the game, and yeah, I'm just gonna have some post-commentary ramblings during the credits. So I should probably address the biggest elephant in the room at the moment, and that is the Hello Abyss mode. And there are people who will be saying, why was the mode so short? Why would they ship a full-priced game with the anime story being that short? Or why was it cut off as soon as they exit the second layer? And I can definitely see the complaints. People will be saying, why couldn't we have seen their adventures in the third layer? Why couldn't we have seen their adventures in the fourth layer, where they met Mitty and Nanachi? What about their adventures in the fifth layer, where they meet Prushka and Mania? What about their adventures in the sixth layer, where they meet Vapita? What about their adventures in the seventh layer, which is still ongoing in the manga at the moment? And yeah, I can see that being a big downside of this game. But I treated Hello Abyss mode as a tutorial for the true mode of the game, which is Deep in Abyss mode. It is the mode where you create your character, you go through the first 5 layers of the Abyss on your own, and you face the hardships that follow. You have to craft your own gear, you have to survive. And yeah, that's not really, I want to say, not a problem with Riko and Reg, but their kind of story isn't suited for what goes on in this game. If you really wanted to focus on their adventures, it would have to be an entirely different game. Whether that be like an RPG, whether that be like an action adventure with you controlling Riko or Reg, or both. Yeah, it would be a very different game to what this game is. And I suppose if you do go with Reg, yeah, he would probably be the best fighter in the Abyss, wouldn't he? I mean, Riko's a child. Nanachi's not much of a fighter. Vapita, she comes too late in the game. So it would have to be just like a main focus on Reg, with his arms being the main weapons, maybe a special being the cannon, but seeing as he conks out for 2 hours after using it, it would have to be like limited use, or yeah, going through their story it's a very different experience to what this game offers. Now, I did enjoy Hello Abyss mode, and I will be going through Deep in Abyss mode, which I believe will be after this video. Yeah, I've still got a lot of backlog games to go through. So, I believe we are at the end of the credits now. So, I will cut this here and go back to my past self that was streaming this game on Twitch. And I believe I was currently having a ramble about what Spike Chunsoft made, which included Danganronpa and the Mystery Dungeon games. Alright, so I'm going to end this here, and I'll cut back to my past self. Start of Legend, clear, hello Abyss. Lovely. Alright, that took about 3.5 hours to beat. Really? A lot longer. Continue. Nah. What happens if I do clear data? It's just New Game Plus. Alright. Alright. Good to know. Oh, I have a map. Yeah, I never used that, did I? Never used that. Alright, so if I take a look at this. Spike Chunsoft, Spike Chunsoft. Let's see. History, Chunsoft, Spike, Major, Subsidiary, Works, Dojo, Mark 2, Dragon Quest. Oh, they did first Dragon Quest. Alright. Mystery Dungeon 2, Shiren the Wanderer. I think that's an actual genre, not just Pokemon, at times. Then they did Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. So what did they do Danganronpa then? Then there was Spike Chunsoft that did Danganronpa in 2012. I see. There's a Dragon Ball Z for Connect. Alright, okay. That's a thing. Yeah, and then Etrian Mystery Dungeon, Super Mystery Dungeon, DR3. Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. So wish to do a Explorer of Sky DX. 2022, Made in Abyss, Binary Star Falling into Darkness. There it is. And then a year later was Rain Code. They did Natsumon, eh? Let me go through that game at some point. Aye. Alright. So that is Hello Abyss done. Recommended to first-time raiders. Follow Riko and Reg on their adventure through the Abyss. Well, for the first 2 layers. So I guess next time, I will be starting Deep in Abyss, the actual main game. For those used to the game and ready for a challenge, become a fledgling raider and dive into the Abyss. Set your sights on the White Whistle. Yeah, I'm going to be starting that one next time then. So, yeah, closing thoughts. Hello Abyss is a fun intro into the game. Shame it didn't include the later adventures, but kind of makes sense considering the main portion of the game is Deep in Abyss. Maybe there'll be a future game with more of their adventures. Maybe. See how it goes. So yeah, next time, I start Deep in Abyss. Fun times ahead of that. Fun times ahead.